Hey, 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 I just wanna have fun. Come and beat me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Don't it feel? Holy moly, guacamole in my pockets. What a blessing. Got it on me, I got options, real steppers. Check the shoes, get it poppin'. Eating good, feeling good. Where my hopping done at? Put it on a plate with some lemonade. That's the way we did it in the old days. Back then, mama said, get up, walk up, play. But you better not come home like this. We was young, racing. Carefree was the best time. Fast forward, daydreaming about the next time. When it's gonna happen again, cause I just wanna have fun. Come and beat me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? How you feel? Turn it up a notch, pop up clean room. Everyday celebration, take a trip vacation. You deserve a day, you deserve a day off. Working for too long, gotta keep back. Turn my cell phone off, wait till I get back. Ooh, ooh, yeah, this that.
Hey, living my life with no regrets. Come on, baby.
Pull up on me.
Leave a voicemail, 804-592-6160, baby. Hey, 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 I just want to have fun.
Come and beat me up, meet me at the spot.
Grab your cup of coffee.
Till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Don't it feel?
Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Yeah. Home of the free. You guys already know the deal, baby boy. You know Pete Simonetti got to salute the men and women in arms out there. We do it all the time, but today's a special one. Only in America. Only in America. Can you wake up one day and identify as a fucking toolbox? Only in America can you look like Rizzo, wear a thong on stage and dance in front of millions of people. Only in America can you be Aaron Boone and manage the New York Yankees. Only in America. Happy Memorial Day. God bless everybody out there. And of course, the men and women out there who have given the ultimate sacrifice for people like me and you that can do shows like this and enjoy ourselves and have a good time and have fun and live and joke and make fun of one another and scream like nutcases when the manager gets ejected from a game. God bless the men and women who have decided that they wanted to protect this amazing country. So, of course, happy Memorial Day, everybody. Grab your cup of coffee and enjoy as we do some Yankee discussion. As you guys already know, let me throw that voicemail on the screen as we will have a bit of chance here to enjoy ourselves, to relax, have an amazing time. And of course, call in 804-592-6160. I got a busy day overall today in general, but of course, we doing all rise because look, the Yankees had a good game yesterday. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some Aaron Judge, a little bit about Gerrit Cole, some possible returns for the Yankees, and of course, the Yankees are now heading out west to take on the Seattle Mariners, and then a great series, a fun series against the LA Dodgers. So that is going to be a very, very, very interesting one. But let's go ahead. Let's get to our first voicemail of the day, guys, and we will immediately move on from there. Here we go.
Hey, Pete, it's Fast Eddie here. Something I want to ask you an opinion. Last year Judge hit 62 home runs and 41 of them were solos. I'm thinking maybe they should drop him in the order to third because Rizzo's a 300 hitter and he's getting on all the time. And Judge can have 2-run home runs instead of instead of 1-run homers. And, in this league, man, every run counts.
Yeah.
So I just wanted your opinion on that. I think they should drop Judge to third behind Rizzo and maybe they can get an extra run, every time he hits a home run. So give me your opinion on that, my friend, and have a good day, all right? Love the show. You take care. Bye.
Fast Eddie, my guy, I always appreciate your messages. I don't know why. You're just a GOAT. I love the original moment when you said your favorite fat bastard just absolutely, no joke, killed me, man. To this day, I tell people about it. I absolutely love Fast Eddie. And Fast Eddie, just to respond to that, I've been saying that for a long time myself. I think Aaron Judge should be the number 3 hitter. Analytics tell you another thing. And we do know that the Yankees go that route, right? We do know that the Yankees are very involved in analytics, that they enjoy running the team in a certain way. And there is evidence behind it that the number 2 hole hitter gets the most RBI chances and at-bats and this and that. I'm an old school guy when it comes to this. I am an old school Major League Baseball kind of guy. When it comes to the sense of when I build my order, I want on-base percentage in that 1-2 hole, a bit of speed, and then the third hitter is my best hitter, the guy that drives the runs in, the guy that does it all, hits for power, average, a little bit of speed if possible. He's your best hitter. He is your best hitter, no question about it. That is the guy I want in the 3 hole, and I'm happy that we start this way with Aaron Judge because, guys, the man just cannot be stopped. Aaron Judge again yesterday goes Jack Job City yet again.
High fly ball, deep left, going back Nazokar on the track at the wall. See ya! Home run Judge, tie game.
I don't care what anybody says. That was Aaron Judge's 15th home run of the season. And I tell you guys what, man, I really don't care what anybody says anymore. Aaron Judge is the best player in Major League Baseball offensively. Obviously, I do feel you talk about an overall ball player, you got to look at Ohtani. He does both and he does it well. But as a hitter, there's nobody like Aaron Judge, man. There is nobody like Aaron Judge, and it's not even friggin' close. Aaron Judge is the best hitter in baseball. He does it all, man. He hits for average. He even said it the other day. I think actually after this game, he was talking about how he wants to be an all-around player. And as he gives his defense as much time as he gives his offense, which you may hear that and go, holy shit, he really does that, because we know he's a great outfielder already. We completely understand that and we know that. But man, oh man, Aaron Judge with the bat is just phenomenal. And that's why I titled this video the way I did. When Aaron Judge moves, the Yankees move. And it's just so true. The game before that, when the Yankees looked absolutely flat and dead, Judge did nothing. It's like he is their lightning rod. Judge hits a homer and the rest of the team sits back, goes, oh, we can do this. We can do this. We got this. I still am very, very concerned about the New York Yankees offense and the way that it is structured. I'm still very concerned that if this was the club headed to the postseason, and I do believe this club will look very different come September, but if this was the team heading into October, I'll tell you what, man, against the good pitching teams, I'd be very concerned. I'd be very worried. And they're going to get a pretty decent look at that coming up in the next couple of games, starting tonight, tomorrow, and on Wednesday, when they face some pretty good pitchers from the Seattle Mariners. But the Yankees need to figure out something where they can get this whole thing together and just absolutely learn to dominate up and down that order. Because right now, you can't sit back in the postseason and go, hey, we're going to beat the best pitchers in the league if they're shutting down Aaron Judge. Because look, last offseason, people wanted to give Judge shit and go, oh, he didn't hit, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Let me tell you guys something. Let me give you guys a little sneak preview into what other clubhouses and their plans would be if Aaron Judge is one of the players on the team they're facing, meaning the Yankees. Guys, how are we going to pitch to these guys today? We're going to pitch around Aaron Judge. So what does that mean? Either he's going to chase a pitch or he's going to walk. Because who else is going to beat us on that team? If we lose, we want Anthony Rizzo to beat us. We want DJ LeMahieu to beat us. We want Gleyber Torres to beat us. It's not always going to happen. So don't expect Aaron Judge to have this phenomenal postseason when teams don't have to pitch to him, and they shouldn't pitch to him. I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't. Postseason, every single game really counts. I am not giving Aaron Judge anything to hit at all. Nothing. Nothing. Zero. So it'll be interesting. As Uncloned Capone just said, and I was just about to continue to add on to that, it'll be very, very interesting to see what the Yankees do when they get Big G back, because he is so damn important. He's so important. And I know some people may go, well, he's never really been that guy that he was with the Marlins, with the Yankees. Fine. But let me tell you what he is. He is a significant presence in that lineup. He is somebody that no matter what, he just stands up there and he strikes fear in a pitcher. And that pitcher knows, if I do make a mistake to this guy, he could hit a home run off me at any, he could be hitting 190. And this guy can hit a bomb 480 feet off me like that. And there's also the protection to Judge and Rizzo, which extends the lineup. And I guess if you believe in miracles, maybe you think this guy, Josh Donaldson, could do this a lot at the major league level.
Donaldson out to left field, brought the rain. Gone. Crushed to the bridge and beyond.
AAA Jack Job bombed the center field for Josh Donaldson. Let's rewatch that one more time. And it does kind of look like he's went back to more his old stance. He's not as up as he was in spring training. So I don't know if he kind of got rid of that one, but that pitch is right down to Johnson. That's what you should do. And I don't know what you guys think, but I don't have any hope that Josh Donaldson's going to be anything for the Yankees. I don't know what the Yankees are going to do with him. I have no idea. I don't know. I got no clue. But we'll find out here very soon, as Josh Donaldson is expected back very, very soon. And my brother,
thank you for being a friend.
Mr. Rod Thompson says, free Floriel and Peraza. I'm sick of it. Go Pete. Go NYY News TV. My guy. My guy. Look, man. Estevan, there was an article actually written today. I'm shocked about Estevan Floriel. I forgot who wrote it. I would love to give them a little bit of credit and a little shout out, but I forgot who wrote it. But there was an article written today about Estevan Floriel and how in reality, this is the best Estevan Floriel that Yankee scouts and scouts across the league have ever seen. Everybody did pass up on Floriel. That is true. That is true. No question about it. But that also doesn't mean the kid did not find something. I'll break down Floriel for you guys really quickly because it is a topic of plenty of conversation. And while I do that, let me just do this because you guys remember, tomorrow we will have the Farm Report Heat Sheet show out that will premiere at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Make sure you guys are there for that. And I'm pretty sure that Dane and Carlos are going to be talking about Estevan Floriel. But while we do that, let me actually get him pulled up here too, so we look at it together on our side also. So this is what Floriel is doing this year. If you guys can't see it, I'll read it out to you. He's hitting .322. He has an 1,100 OPS, a 437 on-base percentage, 12 home runs, 28 RBIs, and 10 stolen bags. Let me tell you quickly and really briefly here about Estevan Floriel. As you can also tell by looking at the numbers here, they're by far his best numbers he's ever had in the minor leagues. I mean, and another crazy thing about Estevan Floriel is the guy is 25 years old. We've been talking about this kid for 400 years now. You would swear that Floriel is about 33 years old, at least 31, 30. Kid is 25 years old. That's how talented he's been because he's been rising through the system. He got everything. When you see a ball player and you see a lefty swinger like Estevan Floriel that plays a great center field, great left field, great right field, immediately your eyes open up and you go, man, he's got the body, he's got the look, he's got the power, he's got the speed. He is the definition of when you look at somebody and watch him go, kid's a 5-tool talent. He got those 5 tools. He got the arm, he got the glove, he got the speed, he got the hit tool, and he got the power. He got it all. Thing about Estevan Floriel is that multiple things. He strikes out a shit ton. Even with his numbers that he's putting up right now, he's striking out at 33%. That's not good. Now, should we sit here and act like that is an insane number for Major League Baseball today if you could hit for some power? Yeah, because we all know it's not. 33 is still extremely high. Extremely high. And a lot of the things that we've heard about Floriel, again, you guys are more than free to go look up all of Pete's old videos when regarding and speaking of this guy. The biggest problem with Floriel early in his career was they said he didn't lay off pitches and his pitch recognition was bad. Well, now he's walking more than he ever has. So his pitch recognition has developed. Why teams didn't select him? I got one possible excuse on his part of why. Rosters were basically already set when Floriel was released and DFA'd. And the Yankees allowed him to come back into the system, and he's no longer on a 40-man. So that's the other problem that Floriel is going to face, is that the Yankees would basically now have to call him up, find a spot for him, and if he's not good or they're ready to move on, they would have to then again release him. So the best case scenario right now for the Yankees could be maybe a team will want him. Maybe a team will spy high on him and believe in his numbers and take him from there. Here's what I want to say about Floriel. Do I think the Yankees give him a chance? No, I don't think so. But here's the other thing that I want to give a little rebuttal to when it comes to Yankee fans. Yankee fans, and a lot of you already have said this in here, that are proclaiming this kid to be a 4A player. Let me just say this. 54 at-bats over 3 major league seasons. And the most consistency he's ever got in one season was, I believe, 2021 when he hit 300 and the Yankees send him down. So I'm not saying he's the answer. I'm not saying he's an all-star. All I'm simply saying is the kid really has never gotten a chance. And for everybody out there that just proclaims he's a 4A player, 54 at-bats could make Aaron Judge look bad. 54 at-bats can make Shohei Ohtani look bad. Especially in the span of over 3 seasons. You got some people saying that Peraza can't hit major league pitching now because the Yankees got him on the roller coaster ride. I am not saying the guy's an all-star. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not saying he's even the answer. I'm just saying for people saying he's a 4A player, you might want to give him a chance before you say that. I get it. No, a lot of other major league teams passed up on him. I get that. I completely understand that, and you're right. 100% right. But they've done this to a lot of guys, the Yankees. They're also doing it now to Oswald Peraza, who is basically banging on the door saying, let me in. Let me in. What else do I have to prove down here, boys? Let me play ball. Let me play ball. So, small sample size, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's a small sample size. You got to give guys a lot of time and let them play. So, it's hard to make that judgment on people. I'll be honest with you. Bowers is more of a 4A player than Floriel is. Bauer's been up multiple times at a major league level. Got many chances with the Indians and the Indians at that time, the Guardians and you know, the Yankees now. So to just proclaim that on somebody, to me, is kind of silly and a little bit wrong, but it is what it is. Let's get to the next voicemail from the Macho King.
Yeah, Pete, this is the Macho King, yeah. And we had a tough time with the Orioles, this weekend, disappointed in what's going on. And but the Macho King, we've got the Padres coming up real soon, so we're going to handle that kind of business with them anyway.
Damn right.
But let me tell you something. The Macho King is here to point out an injustice, And the injustice goes to Brian Cashman, and Hal Steinbrenner, to my man Oswald Peraza,
There he
Let
is.
me tell you something. Volpe's betting 199, and Cabrera's betting 199. Meanwhile, my man Peraza is down the minor leagues tearing it up. Let me tell you, the Macho King spots the injustice here to this young prospect. And it's about time that he came up to the major leagues, because I think he could do a better job than a lot of these guys like Willie Calhoun, So if Cashman's listening, bring up the kid. Oh,
Cup of coffee in the big time, Cup of coffee in the big time.
Cup of coffee in the big time. Macho King got a valid point. You know what I mean? I've talked about this a lot, and Oswald Peraza is going to continue to be a very, very big topic when it comes to the New York Yankees and the Yankee fan base. Peraza's done a phenomenal job in the minors. And look, I like to tell this because, persistence means something. Having integrity means something. Peraza last year probably sat back and said, hey, guys, look, I'm going to be the starting shortstop of the New York Yankees. I batted 300. They had me playing in the postseason. It's my job to lose. Yankees come into spring training and they go, hey, look, how you doing? It's a competition, baby boy. You got to go out there and play. And Peraza struggled. He did. He struggled. No doubt about it. Anthony Volpe tore the cover off of the ball. Anthony Volpe rightfully won the job. He won the job. Rightfully so. Anthony Volpe won the job. No doubt about it. What does Oswald Peraza do? He goes to AAA. He gets called up by the Yankees. We're all sitting there, hey, finally. They're going to play him. They didn't play him. 3 days in a row, when nobody's hitting on the Yankees, Peraza gets hits in each game, including a double. And looks like finally, Peraza's starting to sting the ball. Let's go. What does Aaron Boone of the Yankees do? They benched him 2 days in a row. And then he pinch runs and hurts his calf. And he goes on the IL. He then gets sent down to AAA after he recovers from his injury and just goes on to hit 380 over his next couple of games. He homers in almost every damn game, it feels like, or does something big in every damn game. They got him playing some third base, got him playing shortstop. But unfortunately for Peraza, he has not been given the Anthony Volpe golden ticket. And let me tell you something. Peraza probably got every single right to feel a little something, to feel a certain way. He sees the major league level. We all have eyes. He sees that Anthony Volpe's hitting 199. He sees that Oswald Cabrera is hitting 197. He sees that stuff. And he's not getting a shot. And the Yankees have no clear direction for this young man, which is even more upsetting and more disgraceful. The Yankees are basically saying, well, AAA's your spot. We got the kids up here that need to be here. We'll see what happens come the trade deadline. We'll see if the Yankees want to hold on to him. We do know that Hal Steinbrenner mentions him a lot. Mentioning him does dick for everybody. It does nothing. It does nothing at all that you mention the guy. Who cares about a mention? He should be playing. Let's see what happens. You guys got me off topic with Floriel and Peraza, but we'll continue to move on. Let's get to the next voicemail.
Hi, Pete. Yankee Mike here. First of all, have a happy Memorial Day Monday. This is Sunday, of course. Hopefully the Yankees can pull this out and get a series win. The last two against Baltimore, horrible, horrible, horrible again. Lineup is inappropriately put together, correctly, badly, whatever you want to term you want to use. They suck. And it wasn't for Judge getting hot there for a while, they wouldn't have won those past few series. Once the star players go cold, the ones they got filling in just can't get the job done, especially the bottom of the lineup. I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. They got to get this thing fixed sooner than later, and they got to get going here. But all together again, have a good holiday and go Yankees!
Go Yankees! Right there with you, brother. No doubt about it. I'm right there with you, man. You know the deal already about the New York Yankees and how they play in the offense. And, continuing to speak of the offense, like I talked about before, Josh Donaldson coming back and what the Yankees should really expect, if anything at all, when it comes to them. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll figure it out very, very soon. Josh Donaldson's going to be back. I personally can't expect much from Josh Donaldson at all. I see some people on Twitter talking about, Donaldson's going to have a good year. He's going to come back being who he is. I don't know what Josh Donaldson have showed to be able to do something like that. I haven't seen it. I don't know what it is that fans are seeing. But I do want to touch on yesterday's ball game a little bit. A couple of big games for a lot of people. Of course, Aaron Judge, Kyle Higashioka has a 3-for-4 night. Willie Calhoun had a couple of base hits. But there is one concern from yesterday's game. There's no doubt about it. One concern from yesterday's game. And that is Gerrit Cole, who actually improved to 6-0. But guys, I got to put this on the screen for you as we look at this together. Gerrit Cole is 6-0 with a 2.93 ERA in 12 games this year, pitching to a 2.2 WAR, which I still believe is the highest among all starting pitchers in Major League Baseball. Here's the thing with Cole that is getting a little bit worrisome. Last 5 games. Over Gerrit Cole's last 5 games, 27 innings pitched. Cool. All right. Sometimes you want a little more length over 5 from your ace. Here's where it gets scary. 17 earned runs with 8 home runs giving up in his last 5 games. Yeah, guys, do me a favor. Smacky to likey. Smacky to likey. Let me switch on over here again. Let me say that one more time. As my man Chris Hogan. Gifted a membership, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let me give it a little salute with the NyynewsTV.com. A muggy. And Sunil gets the membership. As long as Sunil doesn't throw any of those weird voicemails in here, good to go. Because that Spanky's cousin one, that shit still gives me nightmares to this day. But Gerrit Cole, guys, 27 innings pitched, 17 earned runs, 8 home runs given up. Earlier in the year, we're looking at Gerrit Cole, right? And we're going, man, oh man. We're getting the best Gerrit Cole we've ever seen. Well, since his last year in Houston. No doubt about it. Since his last year in Houston, that is the best Gerrit Cole we have ever seen. No doubt about it. What we're starting to get now is last year's Gerrit Cole. We're getting Gerrit Cole from 2022, who You could have a 5-run lead and go, man, he's going to dominate. He's going to look good. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. And then all of a sudden you look up and it's 5-4. As you saw yesterday's game, all of a sudden you look up and it's 8-5 or 6-3, whatever the hell it was. 58 likes away from 100. Smacky, the likey, like you've never done so in your life. But I don't know what to say about Cole. I don't want to say I'm worried about him. Pitchers go through rough stretches. But 27 innings pitched, 17 earned runs, and 8 home runs in that span is scary. And it's just reverting back to who he was. You know what I mean? Who he was then. No doubt about it. And the Yankees can't have that. Now that Severino is back, and forget about Severino. He's looked phenomenal. Severino's last start, I'll be honest with you. That might be one of the best I've ever seen Luis Severino. He was that damn good. Sevy was that good his last outing. I am basically okay to come out and say that. Anthony Rizzo had a little scare yesterday, guys. Anthony Rizzo had a little scare yesterday. Let's take a look. So they're going to probably show a slow motion if we see Anthony Rizzo just moving around. First, I'm like, oh, it was his hand. Did he get cleated? But it was the neck. It was the head and the neck. See the head jerk back here. Watch this. Boom. Yeah, so it hit him here, which is going to bring the head in like that, which is definitely not good for the bottom of the neck. You can see that right there. That hit him really, really hard. And by the way, real quick, I got to say this. For these nutcases out there blaming Fernando Tatis Jr. for this, stop it. Stop it. This had nothing to do with Tatis Jr. All he was doing was jumping back to the bag. What do you want the guy to do, to get tagged out? All signs point, if you listen and believe Aaron Boone and what he says, is that he's going to be fine. So I saw some concerns in there regarding Anthony Rizzo, but it does look like Anthony Rizzo is going to be okay. So expect him in a lineup tonight. Maybe he'll DH tonight. Who knows? But expect him there.
Good evening, Pete. Hey, just got that article about somebody coming after NYY News. What the heck is going on? I know Vic. I don't agree with him because you do a great job with what you do, bud. All right. Have a good day, buddy. Tomorrow's going to be a fun series. I'm just hoping for a good series.
Yeah, Eric, I know you're a Mariners fan. We're going to get to those games here any second. I'm going to give you guys the pitching matchups of those three, and we'll discuss it a little bit. But it is a time for the New York Yankees to really, get on their high horse here, and they're going to be facing some good pitching. So we're going to talk about that.
Hey, Pete. You made a video within the last several months showing lists of Yankees' top prospects over the last decade or so, showing a decent majority of them haven't really panned out in the major leagues.
Yeah.
Why should I get my hopes up or expect anything different from this crop of young players coming up now? It seems like fans that are excited and clamoring for these players aren't even taking into consideration the pretty miserable track record the Yankees have had with prospects in recent years. Interested in your thoughts. Love the show. Thanks.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I'll tell you what. The reason why fans should be a little more excited about this crop that the Yankees currently have now is because there's just a greater level of talent. And I know some people may hear that and go, yeah, but wasn't it the same before? Not really. A lot of these guys that we look at now when it comes to even the lower level, the lesser level guys of top prospects, Andre Chaparro, for an example, is not even on the Yankees' top 30 prospect list. And he's doing very well in AAA. And he's headed for a ton of power. And he's still a young man at that level. And he's performing very well. A lot of the guys of old were never thought highly of when it comes to other teams or prospect list. Your Keith Laws of the world never really sought them too high. They would always say it's Yankee hype. And for a lot of guys, it is Yankee hype. Eric Duncan was Yankee hype. Jesus Montero was more Yankee hype. When it comes to a bust, Gary Sanchez was a bust because everybody in the planet, scouts included, all thought that Gary Sanchez had the overall talent to be phenomenal. He had the hit tool. He had all that stuff. There was always little questions about defense. There was questions about work ethic. Those questions always existed. And then we come to find out, bada bing, bada boom, here we are. But as the years have gone on, guys, the pool has gotten a lot better. There's no denying that. You can't really compare this crop to a previous crop until we see what they do at this level. Is there a risk that all these guys may end up failing? Yeah, of course. 100%. No doubt about it. No question about it. But is there also the understanding that this level of talent that we currently have in this system, your Oswald Peraza, your Anthony Volpe, your Austin Wells, your Jason Dominguez, your Spencer Jones, your Everson Pereira, your Trey Sweeney's, is there a little more glaring light that these guys have a better shot of being successful? Yeah, there is. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. There definitely is. And that's more of a collective thought around Major League Baseball. Do the Yankees still overhype their prospects? Yes. And the Yankees have always done this. This is not new. This is Pete Simonetti, again, just being Pete Simonetti and telling you guys the truth. The hype that Anthony Volpe got about being a Derek Jeter, and again, this wasn't always in the sense of him as a hitter, but when you hear the two names together, fans start to think, great, we got a shortstop that's going to be like Derek Jeter. And Anthony Volpe and Derek Jeter are two very different players. Very different players. That's why I tell everybody, lower your expectations when you expect these guys to get called up. When people would tell me, do you expect Volpe to be a 300 hitter? Do you expect this and that? I always said, I expect 240. I expect 240. 15 to 20 homers and a good amount of stolen bags. Because the hype was getting unreal. The hype is getting crazy. And it has nothing to do, as I explained this to Michael Volpe, who agreed with me, by the way, it has nothing to do with the kid or kids, whoever you want to discuss here, Jason Dominguez being compared to Mike Trout and Mickey Mantle. It has nothing to do if the kids can handle it. But it has everything to do with the fan base expecting it. That's the problem. That's the problem. Is that these guys could come up and be a very good, productive player. Maybe borderline all-star level. And fans will sit back and go, damn, we passed up on all these other guys for this? Why? Why do we do that? Why do we pass up on all these other guys for this? That's why you got to limit your expectations. It doesn't mean they're bad. It doesn't mean they're not going to be successful at all. It doesn't mean anything like that. It just means that you shouldn't expect them to come up and be an all-star level talent out the gate. Give them time. That is the prospect game, folks. That is the game. For an example, Oswald Peraza. At this point in their careers and in their future, the Yankees should simply go, hey, look, guys, Josh Donaldson, we don't think is it anymore, but let's do this. Let's give this guy 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks to really evaluate him. If he's not the answer, we're going to let Peraza just take that spot for the rest of the year. We know he could do it defensively. We believe in a hit tool. Let's give it to him the way we're giving it to Anthony. That's what the Yankees' thought process should be. Reasonable expectations. Spot on, my friend Hirsch. Spot on. Let's get to the next voicemail. Got a lot of them coming in.
Yo, Pete. Calling from Texas. Much love. Just wanted to give a quick shout out and say thank you for all that you do. You and Derek actually make my day when it comes to watching the Yankees. You're absolutely hilarious. If you haven't checked it out, go check out their podcast, The Nate Spittas. I gave that podcast 5 stars a long time
Thank you,
ago.
man.
But yesterday, y'all cracked me the fuck up when y'all were talking about y'all were gonna get a new sponsor for the podcast, that new hair regrowth formula. That's why y'all wear hats.
Yeah, damn right.
The fuck up. But anyway, very short reason for my call. I actually went out the other day and I bought a prisoner of war flag, and I started hanging it outside my apartment window. And you might be asking me why I bought a prisoner of war flag. I bought it for Oswald Peraza. Because this dude is currently being held captive somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. He's like being locked down in the basement, but this dude is just non-existent anymore. I don't know what happened. Like, I think it was you or Derek or someone was talking the other day, and it really resonated with me. We got multiple people in this lineup hitting either 215 or sub 200. And it's like, are you going to sit here and tell me that Oswald Peraza is just incapable, or not even him, Austin Wells, whoever, are you telling me that anyone in the lower league affiliates is incapable of hitting at least 215 with a couple of home runs over the course of the season? Like, there's no way that these are the best options we have in our lineup right now. And especially Oswald Peraza. I went to the second game of the ALDS last year in Houston, because I'm from Texas, and he got the start, and Peraza got the start at shortstop that day. And I know it's just one game, so you can't judge him off one game, but I mean, the kid was playing in a fucking playoff game in the ALDS in Houston at shortstop, and he looked nice. He made some nice plays. You can go watch the highlights. He had some great throws, some great bare hands. The kid can play, all right, and he's proven he can play in AAA, or like I said, wherever the fuck he is in war. He's being held captive somewhere. He's lost. He's a fucking prisoner of war. I don't know what's going on. They need to call that kid up or call someone up, because there's too many guys in this lineup batting sub 215. So that's that. Thanks for all you do. I'll let you get to the next caller, but I appreciate it. I always look forward to the live streams. See ya.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, we could probably sit here all day and really talk about Oswald Peraza, but you're spot on. He played in the playoffs. We know that. We saw that, right? He did a fantastic job. You're right. I think the first play of the game, he made a great barehanded catch, really out of nowhere. So, we'll see. We'll see what the Yankees eventually do with the kid. A lot of you in the chat believe he's going to get a chance. I hope so. I would hate to see that he gets traded. I've been hearing some rumors, not about a Peraza trade, but some targets that the Yankees may have. There's also a rumor out there that I told about today that there's a lot of teams interested in Gleyber Torres. One of those teams being the Milwaukee Brewers. Something I found out about just a few hours ago before going live today. And I plan on having some videos about that stuff here coming soon in the next couple of days as I confirm a little bit more. But the Yankees know that Peraza could play third base. They know he could play short. They know he could play second. They're not going to replace Anthony Volpe. They're not going to do it. And they shouldn't do it. They made their bed. They need to lie in it. If the Yankees ever wanted to make the switch, meaning Peraza play shortstop, they got to do it in the offseason. They got to do it in the offseason and go, we feel it's best to go with Peraza at short and Volpe at second base. But until then, guys, he's going to have to find a spot, and he just has to keep playing baseball. Again, real quick, I'll just pull his numbers up because I know a lot of you guys may not be familiar with how he's doing in the minor leagues. But again, the kid's hitting 329, 380 on base percentage, 956 OPS overall. Again, 6 home runs, 16 RBIs, 6 stolen bags. He's doing everything he can do. Exactly like it was said before. I mean, there's not much more that Peraza could really do at the AAA level to say, hey, guys, play me. He's doing it all.
Thank you for being a friend.
Zach Brownish. Zach Brownish says, the GOAT. How can I be the GOAT if you are the GOAT? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Let's move on for the voicemails.
Hey, Pete. Kyle Malay here.
Hey.
Yankees doing okay now, but I'm just hoping Rizzo's all right after yesterday. They say he's all right, but he doesn't look all right on the field. He was wobbling all over the place. But hopefully he's good for tonight, and we can win some more. And just go Yankees, and let's have a good day. And happy Memorial Day to everybody, and thank you for everybody for their service that served in the military.
Facts, no doubt about it. You guys know already how Pete Simonetti feels about our military, so make sure you guys are thanking a veteran out there today. Past, present, and even future. Why the hell not? But I think Anthony Rizzo is going to be okay. It did look bad. Like, if you watch that replay again, it did look pretty damn bad. I mean, he hit his neck pretty hard. So we'll see what happens there, but what are you going to do? I think I'd be in a lot of say maybe he DHs. Maybe he DHs tonight, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Continue to move on. And let me double check. We got the Mariners series still coming up to discuss. And I think that's all we have right now and need. Let's double check. Yep. That is all we need right now. Okay, perfect. All right. Good.
What's going on, Pete? It's your consigliere, Hirsch.
Oh, my Hirsch.
For the boss. Think maybe IKF found this calling card as a super sub-utility player.
Yeah.
He's starting to remind me a little bit of Luis Soho or Miguel Cairo type, coming off the bench, who is versatile on the field and capable of putting the ball in play to get a base hit when needed. Know what I mean? Enjoy your Memorial Day. My guy.
There it is. My brother Hirsch. Man, a legend of NyynewsTV. I know Hirsch is probably going to sit there and be like, no. Yeah, Hirsch, you are my friend. Trust me. You mean a lot to all of us, my friend. All of you guys do. We absolutely adore our fan base here, and that's what I believe makes us different than everybody else. And I'll continue to say that is our fan base is what makes us who we are. Our fan base is always going to be a part of what NyynewsTV does. And Hirsch, my friend, I thank you. And I thank you for your question because I do agree with you. I never hated IKF. And I think I can speak for a lot of Yankee fans here. The Yankees made us dislike IKF when they got him and go, hey, he's a 300 hitter. You know, he puts the ball in play. He's elite defensively. He's this, he's that. And then you sit back and watch him and you go, not really. You know what I mean? You sit back and watch him and go, I don't think he is. I don't think he's as elite as you guys are trying to say he is. I don't really get that from him, but hey, to each his own. We'll see what happens. But in the role the Yankees currently have IKF in, I'd sit there and go, I'm 100% okay with this. I think he's been absolutely excellent in this role because you don't got to play. Is he playing too much now? Probably. But if he's a guy that every now and then could play a third base, could play second base, possibly if they need an emergency, he could play shortstop, left field. He played a little bit of center field. Is he great in the outfield? No. By all means, no. But he is a super utility guy. And I'll be honest with you guys. He's deserving of that spot much more now than Oswaldo Cabrera is. He just is. Oswaldo Cabrera looks completely overmatched this year. See, the funny thing is, with Anthony Volpe on one hand and Oswald Peraza Anthony Volpe on one hand and Oswald Cabrera on another hand, you see things from Volpe and you go, he is right there. You can tell if he makes this adjustment and that adjustment, he's going to be fine. His exit velocities are going up, meaning he's getting it. He's starting to get there. Would you want to see him playing better than he is right now? Of course you would. Of course we would. Cabrera, on the other hand, looks like advanced scouting has got to him, and he don't know what to do about it. And Derek on Designated Spitters last night really brought up another good point. What are these hitting coaches doing? Are they getting with a guy like Cabrera and go, hey, look, bro, here's what you're missing. What I feel like they're doing is, let's take a look at the iPad together. Here's the WXYZT plus minus divide the XT246. This is why you're struggling. And he's looking around going, the fuck does that mean? That's what's going on. They got to have somebody in there to go, hey, kid, look, let's look at this together. Paul O'Neill, again, don't listen to Pete. I'm not a major league ball player, never have been. Paul O'Neill has been. He said the same exact thing that I did about Anthony Volpe. You could see it. He's opening his hips way too early. That means if he gets a ball right down to Johnson, he could put all his might into it. It's probably going to be a fly out to right field or to left field. There's no power. When you open your hips early, it's all arms. That's it. You're not having the torque and the motion into the ball. Paul O'Neill brought it up. I brought it up. These are things that a hitting coach needs to do. That's what a hitting coach has to do. And I don't know if the Yankees have a guy doing that. I don't know if Dylan Lawson is doing that. But we'll see. He's getting absolutely killed with off-speed pitches low and inside. He's getting killed. He's rolling over to second base a shit ton. And that means you're not staying back on the ball. He's opening up early. There was a slow angle on the side yesterday where you could literally see him just reach. He was just reaching. I just wanted to, just a little check swing, put the ball in play at least. And that's what he's done a lot of. And that's not what you want to see from a young player. Let's continue to move on. Got a couple of more voicemails today. Then we'll get into the Seattle series.
Hey, Pete, how you doing? It's your pal Robbie Garns over here on the West
Robbie.
Coast. How's things going, buddy? I was wondering what your take is on Gleyber Torres coming up to the trade deadline. I know a lot of people have been talking about maybe flipping him for a pitcher and moving Volpe over to second to make room for Peraza at short. What are your thoughts on that situation, especially with the DH slot becoming more of a premium with the imminent return of Stanton? Anyway, take care, buddy. Have a blessed Memorial Day. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Robbie, I appreciate you, my friend. No doubt about it. Gleyber Torres. I tell you guys the truth about Gleyber. And I am hearing now that there's some teams that are interested in Gleyber Torres, one of those teams being the Milwaukee Brewers. If I look at the Yankees lineup right now, I am almost inclined to say I'd keep Gleyber for the rest of this year. I would then trade him in the offseason. But here's why. The Yankees could potentially have an infield. Peraza at third, Volpe at short, Gleyber at second, and Rizzo at first base. Is it the 09 Yankees? No. But I tell you what it is. It's more exciting than what they had to start the season. And I think it's overall better. And I might be inclined to hold on to that for this year and see what the team could do. Especially if Severino stays healthy and Carlos Rodon is back before the trade deadline, which is August 1st. I would expect him to be. If Rodon is not back, excuse that voice crack. Rodon is not back. If Rodon is not back by August 1st, I don't think he's coming back this year. And all the updates we get for Carlos Rodon is that he is pitching pain-free right now. He's throwing pain-free. So you're going to see that start to ramp up probably end of June. You'll have a really good idea what's going to happen with Carlos Rodon. But here's my thing with Gleyber. As of right now, unless the Cincinnati Reds call you up and go, hey, look, we'll give you Diaz and Jake Fraley for him and 2 prospects. Then you make the deal because you just got better. You just got better. You know what I mean? Yeah, then you definitely got better. If a team calls you up and goes, hey, we'll give you, a good left fielder and another really good relief pitcher, then you potentially make that deal. But as of right now, where things stand, you gotta be a little wise about it in that sense. If the Yankees could, let's just play a game here, right? If the Yankees could go out there and come August, they have released Donaldson. They have the infield that I specifically mentioned before with DJ LeMahieu kind of revolving around every day. Can spot at first, second, third base, get him at bat still, easy. But the Yankees have traded, let's say, Everson Pereira, 2 other prospects, and maybe something else or whatever it is for David Bednar. And the Yankees now go, we have a closer. And we're going to give him a chance to really be a closer in New York and see how he handles it. Handled himself well in the WBC. We'll see how he handles this. He's having a great year. If the Yankees then go, the thing that's cool about this is our starting pitchers are healthy. We got a 1-2-3 punch of Cole, Rodon, and Severino. You might simply go out there and go, if we need that lefty, maybe we see what people will give us for Nestor Cortez. Maybe we are able to add a left-handed bat. Maybe it's Jason Dominguez. Maybe Stanton is back then. If all that stuff happens, you got to be really excited about where the Yankees are. And in that situation and that scenario, I would probably keep Gleyber Torres and just say, we're going to go with the best chance we have to win, most offense possible, good defense on that infield, and we'll go from there and see what happens. And we'll take a look at it again in the offseason and go from there. So we'll leave it at that. Let's move on to the next one. We got a couple of more voicemails. After this voicemail, I am going to get into the Seattle series. We'll finish the voicemails, and then we'll wrap up.
Couple things real quick, Pete. I thought it was funny. You guys yesterday were talking about not stringing along hits, and then the Yankees come in that same night and string together one of the best innings I've seen in a couple years. Honestly, That third inning was awesome.
Yep.
It was good to get a win there. But the second part of this voicemail here is, what is happening to Cole? Cole is supposed to be the ace of this team. He's just got to do better. He's got to do better. He's letting too many counts go to 3-2 early on in the game, and then later on in the game, he's just trying to get me over fastball. And these guys are just crushing it. He's got to mix things up a little bit, start maybe going to them secondary pitches early on, later on in the game instead of just pumping heaters. But I'd like to see Cole get back into the groove of looking like that ace he was at the beginning of the year. I'd like to hear what you think. Great show as always, Pete. All right. See you.
Appreciate you, man. And yeah, I spoke about that a little bit already. Over his last 27 innings pitched, 17 earned runs, 8 home runs given up by Gerrit Cole. That is not ace quality. We know that. We understand that. He just got back from pitching what was it? Under almost a 1 ERA most of the season. And we were looking at it going, he's the Cy Young. Right now, he looks amazing. Now he's reverted back to being what we remember what he was beforehand. And that was a guy who is supposed to be our number one, pitching to a mid-3 ERA and giving up homers left and right. So we got to hope that he writes that shit back to who he was. And a lot of it, again, is fastball command and hanging breaking balls. And we've seen that here over the last couple of games, and that's exactly what he was doing. So, guys, let's actually jump into what these matchups are going to be. Tonight, Game Season Live, of course, will be live on Memorial Day, 9:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Domingo Germán versus Miller. Miller 3-1 with a 1.15 ERA. Domingo Germán 2-3 with a 3.75. Said he's going to use less rosin, but he still has no clear indication on what Major League Baseball deems appropriate or inappropriate, which is not a good thing. Okay. Game 2 of this series, Logan Gilbert will be on a mound, 3-2, pitching to a 3.60 ERA. Has been very good as of late. Against Nestor Cortez, 4-2 with a 5.30 ERA. And I've heard some rumors about Nestor Cortez that aren't the nicest, sweetest things in the world, but I'm not going to get into that until there's potential to be more conversation to have regarding Nestor in the coming months, but we'll see where any of that stuff goes to. In Game 3, Luis Castillo, 4-2 with a 2.69 ERA versus Clark Piece of Schmidt. So again. Okay? The pitching matchups favor Seattle, and that's why I'm saying this is a very good series to test the New York Yankees out and see where they are and what they're going to do. Very, very good series for that. Let's see what happens. Let's get to the more voicemails, then we're going to wrap this show up, guys. Give me 1 second.
Happy Memorial Day, Pete. Just got to say that real quick, and thanks to all the veterans to allow us to have the freedoms that we got so we can watch these Yankees win tonight, hopefully, right? So wanted to just touch on Sevy. Sevy's looking real good all of a sudden. Cole's not looking as good. Sevy is looking good, so that's a good piece to gain right now. And all in all, I'm just curious. Do you think we'll be able to snag one of these White Sox pitchers? I heard us, kind of discuss that a little bit before in the past. A Giolito or a Cease possibly. I kind of am going with the Giolito because I think he's got, this might be his contract year, 1 year left maybe. Just curious to hear what you think about that. If we'd have a shot, maybe a Glaber for a Giolito or something like that. Maybe a 1-for-1 would help them out. They need a bat. Curious to hear what you think.
Yeah, man. I think I think the White Sox would probably want prospects. Everson Pereira, maybe a few other guys. Pereira, by the way, don't sleep on this kid. He's doing very, very good, fighting for a promotion to AAA, by the way. I'm tearing the cover off the ball in AA at the moment. And you're going to learn a lot more about those guys that I'm talking about tomorrow on the Farm Report Heat Sheet, which we're about to record shortly. But yeah, I think Giolito will be more than likely than Dylan Cease. If you're looking for talent, more level of talent, higher ceiling, Dylan Cease would be that guy. He's more controllable. You're looking at a bigger deal in that situation, but I would like to pair him with Matt Blake. Matt Blake has found a way to get Yankee pitchers to throw more strikes, in a sense. And I do think that Dylan Cease would make more sense than Giolito would, depending on the Yankees wanted to give guys up. Brian Cashman's not very big in trading talent for a guy that's not going to be a long-term controllable guy. So they're not very, very big into that. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Let's get to our last voicemail that we have in the system right now, guys. Then we have to wrap up.
Hey, Petey, Sunil here.
Sunny.
The more I hear about analytics, exit velo and all that shit. Let's start with exit velo. The more I hear about exit velo, the more it makes me want to run to the bathroom and steal second base on my way there. I mean, come on, dude. Let's just play with the hunch here. The numbers shit, yeah, I get it means what it does, and it usually has somewhat of a scientific meaning, but we don't need science here, buddy. We just need people to go off basic hunch like they did in the 80s and 90s. Bring back those days. These analytics shit, it has me, you're reminding me of, bringing in people like Booger Poindexter and Cornelius from Revenge of the Nerds into the frickin' room. Come on, man. Get that shit out. Play some basic baseball. I fret to see the day when analytics even makes it to, God forbid, Little League.
Oh, it is.
These little kids are already, learning what they are in school, but come on now. You're going to apply all of that on the baseball field? Yeah, you can apply physics and all, but analytics? Come on, man.
Yeah, look, I've always said this. Analytics aren't a bad thing. Having enough numbers is not bad. The problem when analytics becomes bad is when it's making overall decisions on your team. And you start getting rid of baseball people and replace them with analytic nerds who never played ball. I tell you guys the truth, man. I talked about this with Derek yesterday. I got a problem if I'm a player being told what to do by guys who never played ball. Dylan Lawson doesn't know what it's like to be 2 for 28 in the major leagues. Matt Blake doesn't know what it's like to have a 5.23 ERA and not know what the hell to do. A lot of the guys that the Yankees have brought into the fold, and they have shifted away and got rid of baseball people. Again, if you don't want to listen to me, which I don't know why you wouldn't at this point, Eric Kratz was on with me, and Eric Kratz said it. The Yankees have a lot, even more so than some other clubs. They have gotten rid of a lot of baseball people, and they have gone with the analytics side of things, and it hasn't panned out. It hasn't worked out. Guys, we're 28 likes away from 100. I am going to wrap up this show right then and there. Remember, tonight, Game Season Live, Simonetti After Dark. Who knows what happens in these games? I'm just saying, tonight, Simonetti After Dark will take place. You never know what happens in these games. But guys, you are the best. You are forever goated. Grab your cup of coffee. Have a little sip for me. And of course, salute, tip of the cap to the men and women who serve this amazing, amazing country God bless you all. Much love to all of you. Happy of happiest Memorial Days. Until next time, guys, I am out. Adios.
You can't manage this, can't break this, boy, I'm funded. Gotta keep my distance when you not 100, Those the same ones say they love you, late and funny, You can't match my energy, and yeah, you know it, Way too cold, yeah, man, I'm way too cold, Way too cold, yeah, man, I'm way too cold, Way too cold, yeah, man, I'm way too cold, Yes, I meant it, yeah, man, I'm way too cold,